Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to talk about which Doctor Who spin-off shows I would love to see in the future, or I would like to see in the future. This is kind of like a, I guess not really a spin-off of my videos that I make about what I would do if I was showrunner of Doctor Who, where I talk about my ideas of Doctor Who series that I just made up, just great ideas in general. I mean, they're pretty great. I'm not bragging or something, but they're pretty cool. Anyway, if you don't have, check those videos out, I would link it down in the description, probably the playlist, I don't know, so you can watch them as well. But today I'm going to talk about what I would do if I was showrunner of Doctor Who, and which spin-off shows I would love to see in the future of this Whoniverse, which has been confirmed just a few, few days ago, might be weeks, might be years, I don't know when you're watching this video. Maybe even you could possibly watch this video when this new series has been revealed, I don't know. But at the time of this recording, Doctor Who has a few spin-off shows like Torchwood, the Sarah Jane Adventures, Class, and also K9 and Company, but yeah, sure. But the three main essential ones are like Class, and Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures, right? But obviously, when the universe was announced and Russell T Davies was talking to some magazine or some people about like having spin-off shows that they're currently working on, like the Tales of the TARDIS is one of those special series made for the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. He talked about like, okay, there are possibilities in the future, but we're not really working on those right now. But let's be crazy, man. Let's think of a few ideas. Essentially one idea in this video. Maybe I'll do multiple videos on different ideas. That might be useful and that might be interesting as well. So anyway, today I'm going to talk about a U.N.I.T spin-off. Yes, U.N.I.T is in the Doctor Who universe a military organization group. It has been led by the Lethbridge Stewart family, which started back in the 70s, maybe even prior to that, because in the episode called Twice Upon a Time, we get to see the great grandfather of the now current boss of U.N.I.T, which is Kate Stewart, which was during the First World War, where the Lethbridge Stewart fought in the First World War, and eventually had a son probably who was active during the 70s with the third Doctor, and now Kate Lethbridge Stewart. It's a mouthful to say that name, has been active since the Matt Smith run, and also now in the Ncuti Gatwa series. So she has been around for like almost 10 years, which is great. I love it. She has been appearing in the Power of the Doctor episodes, the Power of 3, which is also a Matt Smith episode, which is just fun, man. So alright, let's talk about like this U.N.I.T spin-off. Alright, let's talk about like, okay, this is a military organization group, and this U.N.I.T is a what is that name, like the acronym, I think that's it. Okay, so it is a unified task force or something. Yeah, unified task force, or unified nations task force. It was like that, something like that. Anyway, so it delves into the military organization. All right, so I was thinking, well, are there many like sci-fi shows about military groups? And then I came across like Marvel has like Shield, right? Shield works a bit with like the sword, which is up in space. So I guess that could be where they could do something like that, and eventually U.N.I.T could have like multiple villains each week, kind of like the Doctor Who series has. But it can also have like different things, like every season there is a big bad guy that they need to work up against, like kind of like they did with Iron Man. So you have the week 1, okay, you have one villain. If you were to compare this to Marvel, it would be like, I don't know, the Ironmonger in the Iron Man movies. Alright, so this is just one villain, okay, that you need to fight against in just an episode a week, I don't know. But then maybe if they were to do something bigger, like, okay, a build up, you see, just like the Marvel movies, it would be like I said, Iron Man has Ironmonger, the Avengers have Loki, and then obviously the Avengers have Thanos. So they're working up against a bigger threat. That could be also a possibility, as whether or not like UNIT have enemies or villains. That could be interesting. Like, it is a military organization group that they need to adapt to certain villains, right? Need to work things out to understand and to get this villain in some way. So just like like I said, the build up, I guess you could call it a tree. I don't know, like you have the branch, right, and you go up, you have the leaves, and you have the sky. So they're working up against like a bigger threat. And maybe they could like I don't know, tease it in certain seasons, and maybe at the final or the fifth or sixth series, the big threat arrives. But the season finales, obviously also a possibility, like I said. But then I thought, well, okay, I know one military task force that works with like sci-fi elements, and that's Stargate. Stargate is like a American television show about a military organization who works with a portal that they discovered thanks to archaeologists. I think it's been a while since I watched that beginning or the origin of that show. But my dad is a big fan of it. But yeah, like Stargate is pretty interesting because these military groups, you're right. So these guys have a portal, and they have like a task force. So people of 5 go up in this portal and arrive somewhere in the universe. Like, doesn't matter where. Like, I remember there was this episode where they were stuck in a time loop. I remember they talked to aliens, and different aliens. Like I said, it's UNIT obviously in Doctor Who, so you can also introduce aliens, but you can also do some political drama on Earth, and maybe an alien is in the shadows of all of it, so that might be interesting as well. So anyway, just a little explanation whether or not like UNIT could have multiple villains at once, or just one villain, or maybe a season one, one villain at a time season thing. But yeah, I mean, it's just an idea. So let's talk about the members of this group. Like, UNIT has a lot of different members throughout the years, but let's talk about the main essential ones. Like I said, Kate Lethbridge Stewart, right? She is the main protagonist in the show, right? She is the pretty much the creator of the unit. Well, her family is, but she is like the head of the unit department and the boss, I guess, the boss lady. Yeah, she's the boss lady. So okay, there we go. Which characters do we need to have in this episode or this show as well? I was thinking, well, there were some fan theories going around that Ruby Sunday could be Kate's daughter, but just in case, I love that fan theory. I haven't seen this series of Shooty Cuts, but it could be otherwise, obviously. But I really like this idea, so that's nice. So I'm going to counter as well. We obviously need to see Martha Jones. I mean, come on, bro. Frigga Eggerman, I think that's her name. She looks hot. I mean, what? I mean, she's a great actress, man. I mean, look, Martha Jones, I really love her as a character, and I really loved her as like a companion to the Doctor. She was really rebellious, and kind of reminded me of Ace from the Seventh Doctor, and she was our first black-skinned companion, which is very interesting. And Martha is just a great character, even if she was treated wrongly by the Doctor, by David Tennant's 10th Doctor. I think Martha should return at some point, obviously. So, alright, I remember that woman from Sarah Jane Adventures who also traveled with I think it was the 5th Doctor. I'm not quite sure, I don't really know her name, but I'll put an image up on screen of her. I'm not quite sure about her story, so I might get into that eventually as well. So yeah, who else am I missing here? Obviously, they could maybe do some kind of like I don't know, like origin story of UNIT. Maybe they can focus the first few episodes about this show, about the first Kate Lethbridge Stewart's father or something during the 70s. So yeah, that could be interesting. Like, they can go many ways with this idea, right? So I think that might be useful. Who else am I missing? Oh yeah, Osgood. Osgood is a very underrated character in my opinion. I think she's really fun, especially when there are like two multiples of her, like the Zygon Invasion one, where she's literally like two characters, but she's playing like the same. There's one Zygon. Zygons are like the multiple face changing aliens of Doctor Who can transform into people. There were two Osgoods. I think that's really cool. And maybe they can do something with that. Maybe the Zygons could be the villains of this new unit spin-off. And yes, people have been talking about this spin-off because, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, Unit really needs to have, like, some kind of spin-off because it's really essential to the Doctor Who universe. And for some people, yeah, it never happens. Like, Torchwood is kind of like Unit, but not really. It's like more of a group of people trying to defend Earth from aliens and the Doctor. Or that's the main essential thing. But Unit is like a military group, right? They are from the government and they do stuff. So yeah, I think, you know, they also have been around many years and they have encountered like many villains of the Doctor, like the Master and the Cyberman and probably the Daleks as well. And yeah, obviously the Zygons too. So I think Unit spin-off might happen at some point in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you later. Goodbye everyone. So alright, bye bye everyone, and hopefully I'll see you for part 2 of my what I would do of showrunner, if I was showrunner of Doctor Who spin-off idea video. I don't know. I need to come up with a great title. Anyway, bye bye everyone.